Hi guys, welcome back to this retro Manchester City save. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our first ever Champions League game away at Steau Bucharest and follow that up with a game at home against Leicester. Since you were last with me, that draw against Sheffield Wednesday has been the highlight, to be honest. We lost 2-1 to Sunderland, 3-2 to Leeds and 2-0 to Arsenal. We've had a really rough start to the campaign, but I am hopeful that with this Champions League game, followed by an away game against struggling Leicester, we can get back to winning ways. We have made a couple of extra signings as well, which I will go through after this Champions League fixture, but it does include Trevor Sinclair and Mark Vivian Foe, who's down there on the bench. They were the two key signings on deadline day. Sinclair signed for just less than £20 million, and Mark Vivian Foe for 10, potentially £11 million. So we've really strengthened in terms of our midfield and attacking talent. So hopefully, in time, they will come good, and we can develop a little bit more going forward. We've really struggled up front. Heskey got that goal in the game against Sheffield Wednesday. He hasn't scored since. Andy Cole has played a few games. He hasn't scored yet for the club. And Cal Court has also really struggled as well to make an impact when he's played. So hopefully we can get going a little bit here. The thing is, in the games that we have played, apart from the game against Leeds, we've been the better side in the other matches, but we've just not converted our chances, and we've really struggled, unfortunately. But hopefully today against Steau Bucharest, in this Champions League game, we will get a good start, and hopefully we can build on from a good result here. As Sinclair wins possession, immediately plays it forward, and oh, Cal Court missed it. Cal Court should have been the pass there, but it fell for Damien Duff, and in the end the keeper knocks it out for an early corner here. Yaya Toure will take. He looks to whip it into the far post, and Cal Court's there with a header, and Labont makes the save. We are actually favourites for this clash against Steaua Bucharest, but you can't take anything for granted in Europe. There's a lot of very good teams in it, and we've got quite a tough draw, so we need to make the most of games against the likes of Bucharest. And I think we've got teams like Feyenoord, Sporting Lisbon, amongst others as well. As Duff nods it across to Cal Court, and he's hit the crossbar, Cal Court, and it's cleared away, only as far as Marzan, and it is away by Steaua Bucharest. Labont with the delivery forward, looking for Merianu. Barry does well, finds Court. Danny Murphy plays it out wide to Damien Duff. Ian Hart gets onto it here. Now Gareth Barry. He looks to move it forward if possible. He does well, and he's found Damien Duff, and Calcourt square, and Calcourt scores. It's his first goal of the season. He has his first ever goal in the Champions League. We have a one-goal lead here, and it's the first time since I think we went ahead against Sheffield Wednesday, but it is the first time since then that we've gone ahead in the game, and that is a really big goal for us in terms of our confidence. We've also been rotating between Shea Given and Nicky Weaver. Given played the first couple of games, and it didn't look too bright, to be honest, so we brought Weaver in, and Weaver made some really good saves against Arsenal and Leeds, even though we lost both games still. So I'm edging towards Weaver at the moment, but like I say, we've got two really good goalkeepers, and hopefully they can both do us good service this season. And Danny Murphy with a chance, and it's taken a deflection, and it's gone out for a corner. Like I say, hopefully if we can get a win in this game, it will act as a catalyst to push us on for this season and just give us a bit more confidence. And Cal Court, what a delivery from Yaya Toure. Cal Court with a brilliant header at the far post there. It's 2-0, and we're looking very good here in this Champions League game to get a win in our first ever game in the Champions League. So really big boost for the team's confidence, and hopefully we can continue in this manner for the rest of this match. Labont knocks it forward. Kyokyu almost gets there, but Barry dominating in the air again. Now Cal Court into Frank Lampard. Looks over the top here. Trevor Sinclair gets onto it well. Cal Court is in the penalty area if he can find him. It's cleared away, but only as far as Lampard. And now it's Danny Murphy. He needs support, Danny Murphy. Byrne does well to win possession, but it's still Danny Murphy. Back to Ian Hart, who crosses, looking for Cal Court on the head. And it's just over the crossbar. But we're looking really strong here. And I'm very happy with the way this game's going, considering we haven't won yet this season. So this, like I say, this could really boost our confidence as a team, considering the start we've had this season. And he's actually taken a knock, so we're going to bring Emil Heskey on. We don't want to risk any injuries, and Heskey is going to come on for the second half. Yeah, we don't want the performance levels to drop. We want to keep things as they are. Heskey is on for Calcourt for the second half. He was on a hat trick, but he took a knock. He indicated he wanted to come off. I'm not risking anything, and we have that 2-goal advantage. Ian Hart now with the throw into Damien Duff on this left hand side. He looks to whip it across, and it's easily cleared by Mew, but there's no one ahead of him, and Phil Jagielka stakes claim to it. Now Frank Lampard spreads it out wide right, looking for Sinclair. Sinclair gets onto the header from Thelmes. Now Mark Smith plays it into Danny Murphy, and Heskey was almost onto that. Mattel did really well to clear that. Murphy back to Mark Smith, though. The chance is still on here, and that time it is Heskey, and it's 3-0 now. Emil Heskey's on the score sheet. Our strikers are starting to find their rhythm here in this match. We are going to make a change. Yaya Toure is going to come off for Mark Vivian Foe. Foe at the moment is just a defensive midfielder, but I'm hoping he will accustom himself to a normal midfield role as time goes on. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to bring Sean Wright Phillips on for Trevor Sinclair. We're quite happy to rest him. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring Andy Cole on, and I'm going to put Emil Heskey out wide. I've been thinking about this previously as to whether Heskey could do well out wide. He's got the pace, and he's not as strong a finisher as Andy Cole, so it'd make more sense to me if Heskey could play out wide. Ideally wide right, but I've brought Wright Phillips on for his experience in the Champions League today as well. But it does mean that we're more versatile with our forwards. Wright Phillips here with a delivery. Looks to Andy Cole in the centre. It's cleared away. Heskey does really well to win it, and he finds Sean Wright Phillips here. And he plays it in. Wright Phillips, and he's actually hit the crossbar. I don't know if he actually went for goal there, but it was a really good attempt. But it remains 3-0, and with Steau Bucharest have just had their first strike in the match in the 73rd minute. So it shows how much stronger we've been defensively as well. We are going to look at making another couple of substitutions. Frank Lampard is going to come off. Oh, we can only make one more sub. We're going to bring Michael Brown on. He is homegrown at club, Michael Brown, and he's had a really good career for us. He's been here all 5 seasons, and he's going to come on for a little bit of Champions League experience for himself as well. And the other thing that's important to me here is we're keeping a clean sheet, and in such an important game, I think it is a really big boost for the team to be able to do this. Here's Heskey into Ian Hart. Plays it into Emil Heskey again, and Heskey plays it across the penalty area, and I think he actually went for goal there. If he'd have played it across, Andy Cole was in a really good position, and Andy Cole's goal drought looks set to continue, unfortunately, but good to see Court and Heskey on the score sheet. We have a 3-0 win in Europe in our first ever game, and we've done superbly there to get the result. Really, really happy with that, and I'm just going to get through the next couple of days in game, and then we will be ready for the away game against Leicester City. Right guys, here we go for the away game against Leicester, following on for that brilliant Champions League result in our first match in that tournament, and hopefully we can continue and get our first win of the season in the Premier League. We've got Weaver in goal, Ashley Cole, Gareth Barry, Mark Smith and Sanya at the back, Yaya Toure, Frank Lampard in midfield with Damien Duff, Craig Bellamy, Trevor Sinclair in behind the goalless Andy Cole. I am hopeful that once he gets one, he'll score a few, Andy Cole, but we'll have to wait and see. We did sign Heskey from Leicester as well, so he is on the bench today, so he has got a chance to play against his former club. But we'll see how things go, and we'll see if we can get our first league win of the campaign. Leicester are in, well, they've had the same standard of form as we have, 1 draw and multiple defeats, but hopefully we can end our run and compound theirs a little bit, and we'll see how we get on. In terms of early chances, Leicester have had 1 shot and had it on target. We've had 1 and not on target, so they're in the slight advantage at the moment. But the lack of highlights is quite concerning, considering we're now in the 20th minute, and it's been a very, very quiet start so far to this match. We have got a set piece here though, and it's going to be Yaya Toure to take. And he whips it to the far post, and Andy Cole was there, but it's headed away by Marvin Elliott, and Smith into Damien Duff. He gets the strike away and it's just over the crossbar. Good effort from Damien Duff. Much more positive from the side there, but it remains 0-0. Keller with the delivery forward for Leicester. Damien Duff does well to get there. Now Craig Bellamy. Now Ashley Cole now. Just holding on to it a little bit. Gareth Barry. Into Yaya Toure. Now Craig Bellamy again. Yaya Toure plays it back to Mark Smith. Gareth Barry. We're just waiting for that one ball to be able to be made just to make that breakthrough here. Play back all the way to Nicky Weaver. Gareth Barry holds on to it again. Yaya Toure just making a bit of space for himself in the centre if Ashley Cole can find him here. Plays it back to Gareth Barry. Very, very patient build-up here. Mark Smith just holds on to it and finds Lampard. Switches it out wide to Sanya. Now Trevor Sinclair. Just inside the Leicester half, but he finds Frank Lampard with a great pass, and that is Andy Cole with a brilliant run. And the strike is straight at the goalkeeper, Casey Keller, and it remains 0-0, but that is much more positive. Really well worked move. We passed it really well there. Very, very patient. But Andy Cole lacked the finish at the end of it. His lack of goals is concerning at the moment. But of course, with having games in midweek in the Champions League, we are going to have to rotate more, so players are going to get more opportunities this season. Here's Smith into Gareth Barry. Ashley Cole now. Holds onto it well, finds Lampard. Looks out wide here for Damien Duff, who strikes it, and it's hit the top of the net, but it's not gone in. It's 0-0 still. And again, shot conversion not happening for us. 10 shots we've had, but only the one on target. By comparison, Leicester have had 2 shots and both of them on target, so they've actually had more goal scoring opportunities for the most part. And we need to improve that. To be quite honest, we've done better in the games that we've lost when we've been getting a lot more shots on target and just not converting them. But I suppose, in my opinion, that's a little bit more frustrating. At half time, it is 0-0, and I'm going to let the lads know that we've got to be better in front of goal. It's unacceptable so far. We've had 12 attempts and only the one on target. Andy Cole dropping down in rating as the game goes on. He's at a 6.3 now. He's not had any decent. He's had that one decent opportunity, but he's not done anything so far since we've signed him. And here's Frank Lampard. Does well. Finds Bakary Sagna. Now Mark Smith. Bakary Sagna. That's a really lovely pass from Sagna, but Sinclair couldn't quite read it, and Elliott clears it back to the goalkeeper Keller. Smith couldn't win the header. Gabrish did well, but it's back with Bakary Sagna. Now Mark Smith into Lampard. Lampard does a nice little pass into Craig Bellamy here. He's got space to run into. Plays it forward to Andy Cole. Back into Lampard. Sinclair. Andy Cole! Brilliant goal. A hint of offside for that last pass for Andy Cole. And the defenders are appealing for it. I'm not sure if he was onside or not. Could that be Andy Cole's first goal since signing for City? No, it can't. It's been disallowed. It remains 0-0. So unlucky for Andy Cole there. It was a well-worked move. We played the ball a lot better there, a lot more direct and quicker. Really positive play, but again, not showing anything for it. We're going to demand more from the side, and we are now going to take Andy Cole off and bring on Emile Heskey. Lampard's going to have to come off as well. We're going to bring Matt Vivian Foe on in the central midfield. Damien Duff's going to come off, and Sean Wright Phillips is going to come on. And Trevor Sinclair is going to go central with Bellamy wide left and right Phillips wide right. And in terms of defensively, we've not really had many issues, so we're going to keep that as is. We'll lock those changes in, and it leaves us with a couple of subs still to make. Ashley Cole here, Trevor Sinclair knocks it down back to Ashley Cole. Finds Sinclair again in the centre, who looks wide right for Wright Phillips, who isn't going to win it in the air, but he's done well to find Matt Vivian Foe, who lofts it over the top here for Wright Phillips. He has support in the penalty area, and I'm not sure who was offside there. It fell for Heskey, who did put it in, but the offside was given before he put it in, so there is no check needed for that one. And again, as you can see, fitness is a concern for a number of the players. After playing in midweek, we need to be playing our full strength side pretty much every game at the moment, and it is going to be a struggle this season. I think this was my concern about playing in the Champions League for sure. Scott Parker's on for Yaya Toure, Ian Hart on for Ashley Cole for the last 10 minutes, and again we're going to demand more for these last 10 minutes. Hopefully we can just create that one opportunity just to change our fortunes here in the Premier League so far. Sinclair does well. Mark Vivian Foe has support with Heskey. Good 1-2 there. And it's come for Craig Bellamy. And Bellamy manages to get it in. It's 1-0 with probably 10 minutes to go, including added time. Craig Bellamy, he's proven a hero so many times last season. He's done it again here today from that left-hand side, cutting in. We have a 1 goal lead here, and we've got to make sure that we keep focused here. We've got an immediate highlight with Leicester. It's right now. Brilliant again from Heskey, straight in on there. Now Craig Bellamy looking to push forward again, and he's found Heskey and he's put it wide. That would have been a brilliant, like, 1-2 minutes there. If we could have scored 2 goals in quick succession, that would have been a huge boost to our confidence. And it remains 1-0 with 5 minutes to go. Nicky Weaver taking a bit of a risk there, but he finds Ian Hart. Ian Hart does well, finds Craig Bellamy. Plays it back to Ian Hart again. Now Scott Parker makes the turn. He's been brought down by Lennon here. It's a two-footed challenge. He's been sent off, and that is a big boost for us. And hopefully it will secure the 3 points for us here. And again, in terms of number of shots, we've had triple the amount of Leicester, but shots on target we've had less. So we've got to focus on getting the shots on target at the moment. It's not particularly brilliant in that manner at the minute. Here's Scott Parker. Switches it to the right hand side for Sanya. We've actually had more than the 4 minutes of added time here. Can we get a second goal? Craig Bellamy back to Ian Hart. Ian Hart plays it across, and it's come for Sinclair or Heskey. I think they got in each other's way, and Keller makes an easy claim there, but it should be the final whistle now, and it is. We've got our 3 points in the Premier League. We've got our first league win of the season. Really important victory for us there, and hopefully we can push on from that and get a few more points on the board and push us back up the league table, because we were just with the 1 point just outside the bottom 3. As such, we still are, but a win gets us into the top half of the table. So certainly things to think about, and we need to remain focused now. We've got a tough couple of games coming up. We won't come back for the Manchester derby or Feyenoord. It's a bit too soon. But I'm looking at the home games against Liverpool and Juventus. 2 massive, massive games for the club. If we could get any kind of result against Juventus, it would be phenomenal. And in terms of our Champions League fixtures, we've also been drawn against Lisbon, Club Brugge, Vitesse, Real Madrid and Bayern Leverkusen. So we've got a really tough draw, but if we can get wins against Vitesse, we've already got that win against Steau Bucharest. Club Brugge is one that I think we can win. We lost 2-1 to Sporting in pre-season, and I think that again could also be potentially a winnable game. And Feyenoord away as well. If we can get some good results against those teams, I think we could potentially get to the next phase of the Champions League in that playoff round, which would be again a brilliant achievement for the club, but we'll see how we get on. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. All your support is greatly appreciated. Like I say, we will come back for the 2 home games against Liverpool and Juventus next time. See you all next time, and this is Big Will signing away.